Some people don't hide their pain on purpose. They don't wake up one day and decide, "I'm going to pretend I'm okay." For many people, the hiding happened so early, so quietly, and so consistently, that by the time they grew up, it didn't feel like hiding anymore. It just felt like who they were. If you're watching this and something in you feels strangely seen already, that's not an accident. This isn't a video about dramatic pain, or obvious suffering, or people who cry loudly and ask for help. This is about a quieter kind of hurt. The kind that lives behind competence. Behind humor. Behind being the strong one. The kind of pain that doesn't ask for attention, and doesn't even believe it deserves it. One of the most fascinating, and heartbreaking, things about the human mind is how early it learns what is safe to feel, and what isn't. As children, we are emotional sponges, but we are also emotional strategists. We learn very quickly what kinds of feelings are welcomed, and which ones create distance, discomfort, or punishment. Maybe when you were young, expressing sadness didn't bring comfort. It brought annoyance, or silence, or lectures. Maybe crying made things worse instead of better. Maybe your caregivers were overwhelmed themselves, and there simply wasn't room for your emotions. Or maybe you learned that being strong, capable, and low maintenance earned you love, praise, or peace. So you adapted. You don't think, "I'm hurting." You think, "I'm just tired." You think, "Other people have it worse." You think, "This is normal." You might even feel uncomfortable when others express vulnerability. Not because you lack empathy, but because your nervous system was trained to associate emotional expression with danger, instability, or burden. Somewhere deep down, your body learned that feelings were things to manage privately, quickly, and quietly. There's a psychological concept called emotional minimization. It happens when a person consistently downplays their own emotional experiences, often without realizing it. They compare their pain to others. They rationalize it away. They turn emotional needs into logical problems to solve. And they often feel guilty for wanting care at all. If this is you, you probably don't see yourself as someone who suffers. That word feels too big, too dramatic, too indulgent. You may even cringe when people talk openly about their trauma or pain. Not because you judge them, but because some part of you learned. So instead, you become resilient. You become dependable. You become the one people lean on. And no one notices that you're doing all of this while carrying an unspoken weight. Real life example. Imagine someone who grew up having to mature early. Maybe they were the oldest sibling. Maybe they had emotionally unavailable parents. Maybe they were praised for being easy or strong. As an adult, this person might struggle to identify what they feel in real time. Ask them how they're doing, and they'll give you an update on their productivity, not their emotional state. They might say, "I'm fine, just busy." But what they really mean is, "I don't know how to answer that question honestly without feeling exposed."